Hi, good afternoon, everybody. This is Courtney here at Robin's Nest Resellers, and I'm outside filming this intro today. It is a hot one here in Central California. It's already over 100 degrees, and it's early afternoon. It's just going to get hotter, so I'm out here checking on my chickens, making sure they've got all their water and everything, and then I'm going to get back inside and share with you some things I've sold today and earlier this week that are going to be shipping out, and also some lessons that I unfortunately learned this week selling on eBay. This is a ongoing thing, of course, always learning something new, trying to get all the information I can, and sometimes you learn things the hard way, unfortunately. So anyway, let's get to the items. I'm going to go inside because it is hot out here today. So today I sold this lovely Erica Kane All My Children doll. If you grew up in the 80s like me, I used to spend a lot of time watching All My Children with my grandma. This was her whole afternoon was spent watching all of those ABC soap operas, General Hospital, All My Children, and I saw several of Erica's weddings, and this was a nice find at my local thrift store, Amvet, that I love. Picked it up on a 50% off day, so I think they had a tag of $9.95 on it. So that means I got it for $5. Not too bad. I love this out in the back. I swear I am never going to buy another wedding gown as long as I live, and we all know with Erica that that was not true. She had a few more weddings under her belt, I think. Not sure which wedding this was, but box is in a little bit of rough condition. The plastic's a little cracking on the plastic, and some, bumps and dents on the corners of the box. But for a collector, for somebody who loved watching All My Children, great gift, or a great collectible. So fun and a great sale. I sold it for $24.99 plus $14 shipping. So I'm going to wrap this up nicely in a box and get it shipped out tomorrow. Another thing that sold today was this video, Fly Fishing Made Easy. It is a factory sealed VHS video cassette from 3M, Scientific Anglers. Pretty cool. It's old. It is from, let's see here, probably the 80s. Can't see the date on here right now. But I know from watching a lot of the other pickers and reseller videos that a lot of times these types of videos are still pretty desirable by people. So I picked it up. I think I got it for a quarter, and it sold for $6.50, and it's going out medium mail. So made a good profit on this one here. So last night I spent a lot of time listing a lot of these vintage t-shirts that I got from an estate sale that was actually in a shop, so car shop. A lot of stuff there. They actually had things in that sale kind of overpriced, really out of range for being able to do to use for reselling. But I found this box of t-shirts, and I went through it, and I could tell the guy was a little upset that he hadn't caught them, because I had this t-shirt and some other car t-shirts in my pile, and he did, at first he wanted quite a bit for them, and then we bundled them all together, and I ended up getting them for about $2 a t-shirt. But this Bigfoot is really cool, and the neatest thing about it is down here in the fine print you can see it is from 1992 Squaring Works. So definitely a vintage shirt here. There's a little bit of staining on the bottom. I made sure I noted that, some dots here. I did wash these because they were pretty dingy after I dug them out of the box. I did give them a wash, tried to put a little stain remover on some of these, but not everything came out. They were definitely used shirts. But I listed it and showed all the marks and everything, but I ended up selling this particular shirt about 3 hours after I listed it for $24.99 plus $6 shipping. So quite a turnaround, you know, definitely made my money back on everything I bought at that sale. So from that sale now everything's going to be pure profit. But this is a really cool shirt. Thought if it didn't sell right away I would just let one of my sons wear it, but I'm glad it sold. I hope the buyer is happy with their purchase. It's a great shirt. Okay, another item that sold today that I'll be sending out in a little while is this book here called the Foxfire book. Picked this up at a yard sale over this last weekend where, again, we just made a big pile of stuff. I think we ended up getting the whole pile for about $20, and there's probably a good 30 to 40 items in that pile, so maybe paid around 50 cents for this book, maybe even a little less. But these are things that are really popular right now. This is actually a pretty cool book. You can see it's hog dressing, log cabin building, mountain crafts and food, planting by the sign, snake lore, moonshining. Ooh, very interesting. But a lot of these books right now, do-it-yourself books, books that talk about prepping, books that talk about you know, getting ready for living off the grid, so to speak, I think are really making a comeback right now for people who are interested, considering what's been going on in the last few months. I think a lot of people are thinking about how to do it on their own if they had to, or just getting better prepared. This book, you can see, was first copyrighted in 1968. This edition, you know, is 1972. So this is an older book, but it is, you know, pretty cool, interesting reading. Look at this, building a log cabin. All right, soap making, churning your own butter. A lot of really cool, those slaughtering hogs, nice. But, you know, for somebody who is interested, maybe here's a great one for planting according to the signs, what time of year to plant things. So yeah, probably just some really interesting reading, even if you're not really thinking you're going to start looking for your place up in the mountains to hold up. But this book sold for $17.99 plus shipping. I think actually it was free shipping, so this will go out media mail. Probably around the $3 range to ship this out. So very cool item. So this is going to get filed under the lessons learned section of my eBay experience. In my first video I posted earlier this week, I had talked about these items that had sold. They are test strips, diabetic test strips that were expired. But I had done some research looking at past items that had sold, and it had looked like that these items were selling, and so I listed them. They were purchased, as you could see, 5 boxes for $49.99 plus shipping. I shipped them out. I was excited because this purchase paid for all of the items that I had bought. There was a big box of diabetic supplies, so I had lotted them up and posted about 4 or 5 different lots. But then I got this email from eBay. We removed this listing. And one of the reasons why was due to intellectual infringement, or I'd have to look back at the email for exact wording, but basically the company that makes these had complained because they were expired products. So big lesson learned, do not sell expired things, even if you see other things are selling. This was, you know, very disappointing to me because that was a big sale I lost. They froze the funds, so I'm not getting those funds. I had already shipped these, so the buyer is going to receive them, I assume. And, you know, I don't know. I imagine they're going to get their money back. I don't know. I'm still going to do some more investigating on this, but just a lesson learned when it comes to medical things or anything really, you know, the rule I'm going to go by is if it is expired, don't list it. It's just not worth it. And, you know, they did not suspend my account at this time, but their email did say, you know, continued violations may cause your account to be suspended. I don't want that to happen. So I went ahead to err on the side of caution, and I removed my other listings that had these some other diabetic supplies that their expiration dates were good, but I just didn't want to take the chance that the company that is producing these is really checking on these listings and will file a complaint if they don't like what you're selling. So lesson learned by me, and hopefully that can help some of you out. Just make sure you do your due diligence and check on things. I was really disappointed about this sale because it would have paid for the whole lot of items that I had purchased, but we'll just regroup. Lesson learned. Learning a lot of lessons as I go along, I'm finding. All right, thanks again everybody for tuning in. The chickens are enjoying a little drink from the hose here. It's hot out, so I'm sure they're liking that that cold, fresh from the hose water. So everybody have a great day, and we'll see you soon.